Art, you talked about it a little bit during our review of Sentimental Value, but it's got some things in common with the latest film from Noah Baumbach, J. Kelly, which is a Netflix original, hit theaters in November before making its way onto the streaming service on December 5th. This is a new film starring George Clooney.
I know him.
As basically George Clooney. J. Kelly, the titular role. He is a famous movie star who embarks on a journey of self-discovery after he is invited to a ceremony in Italy to honor his work and his career, realizing that it might be a convenient excuse to follow his now adult-aged daughter on her European adventure. This is a movie about an artist coming to a point in their life and regretting the life they've lived and how they've lived it. As Amanda's sweatshirt so helpfully reveals to us, all his memories are movies. He's built a life on screen and turned himself into an icon, and as a result has sacrificed his relationships with family, loved ones, everyone around him, to the point where basically the only people left in his social circle are the people under his employment, most notably his manager, played by Adam Sandler in a really excellent performance. My guy, the Sandman, should be an Oscar nominee, if I have my say here. Art, you and I are big Noah Baumbach guys, generally speaking. I think we were some of the only people I know defending white
Making
noise.
out of white noise.
Did J. Kelly work for you as well?
100%, bro.
Yeah.
I think it is a beautiful, corny, cheesy version of seeing George Clooney up on screen. I mean, there are probably the best one would have been Michelle Yeoh, where they kind of reverse engineer her movies for what she won, right?
Yeah,
they have like that whole montage of what she would have been.
Yeah,
right.
I think this one worked. You're breaking that meta-ness in a very interesting degree, where we all know who he is, what he's done. And how does that fame trap you? Now, I have seen the arguments that a lot of people are like, this movie isn't about J. Kelly, even though it is. They think it's a Sandman movie. And I would argue that why the hell would it be his name? Because they were like, if it's Sandman's movie, it should have been named whatever he is. No, because if you're paying attention to Sandman, he tells you everything we are is just him. That's like a whole big debate that he has with
Laura Dern.
Nepo baby number one, Laura.
Yeah, Laura Dern. Yeah.
It would have still been called J. Kelly. I think that's the whole purpose of the movie. It's what ends up becoming family. What is a transactional family, especially in a case like this? It's a really, really interesting film coming from a person who also has his wife and his kids in the movie. You know, I think that may be the issue that some people may have of it, is that we can all kind of understand the icon that is George Clooney, and I think the daughter bits really resonate with a lot of people because everyone has parental issues, but no one has an employment like Adam Sandler does, where it's this love-hate. He is your friend, but also kind of like your parent at the same time. And I think all the ins and outs of what he has to go through in the film are fascinating to me, because it's like you see who's the ghost taking care of him the whole time. I truly think Adam Sandler is that anchor in the film for him. But I also like what he goes through. I like the way the movie's told in flashbacks. The making of in his career. How you can have, I'm blanking on Dr. Manhattan's name.
Billy Crudup?
Character actors. Yeah, Billy Crudup comes up in the beginning. Phenomenal. Then he disappears. Well, that sucks. Who are they going to replace him with? Boom, here comes in that other actor with Isla Fisher as his wife. What's his name?
Oh, Patrick Wilson. Yeah,
Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson coming in to kill it, bro. Him and Adam Sandler crying together. Beautiful. I just thought it really fired on all cylinders. I don't think it's Noah Baumbach's best.
No.
But I found it to be a very delightful movie. I did not make it out to the music box. I put up a link right there for the Instagram where they were giving out everything. Andres, last time he was here, he went to the music box for Noah Baumbach, and he had gotten me that Marriage Story 35 millimeter beautiful poster. Still got that one right there. But they were giving out a film strip, a poster, almost something that looked like your vinyl, but it wasn't the vinyl. It was just the ratio of it.
Yeah, so, they also said, it's not right next to me, but they sent like a 7-inch record.
Beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
They're going all out for the movie.
They're going all out.
And I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I don't think it's George Clooney's best performance. I think you have many movies of his, like Michael Clayton and such, that you would put way higher. But I think it is the exact persona that you need to be able to reflect on a character like this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you that Michael Clayton might be his best performance. Oceans is up there as his Out of Sight. But it is like one of his best movie star performances in a while. Like the whole thing where he has that disarming, charming smile, that smirk he gives you that just kind of like makes people melt. And also like when he's sad, just like that big hanged on frown. He's not like a little sad. He's like the world's saddest guy at points in this movie.
Yeah.
And he's just something about his face is really, really cinematic. There's just something to seeing Clooney projected up in that big way.
Yeah.
But I think, as you mentioned, like, yes, this movie is called Jay Kelly, and it is kind of a story about George Clooney in some ways. Clooney obviously was like a very famous bachelor for a long time, right? Like he wasn't married. He didn't have kids. Only more recently he's got together with Amal Clooney. But that was like one of the things that defined George Clooney for a long time. And this is about a guy who has chosen a lonelier life in favor of that kind of megastardom. Now, I agree with you, though, even though all that stuff is about Jay Kelly, it is about Adam Sandler too. Like that poster that you brought up, that you brought up is him sitting next to George Clooney's character. And while this is a movie about a life lived through the arts and giving yourself to the pursuit of that kind of career versus nurturing your relationship with your family, that's Sandler's story too. He lived his life through Jay Kelly's art, through Patrick Wilson's character's art. He basically defined himself by the movies he was able to help facilitate. And so even if he isn't the guy in the spotlight, isn't the guy receiving the gala award at the end, he is like, this is his legacy too. And I think there is like a really bittersweet beauty in how this movie displays that, and how on this journey Clooney is the center of the storm, right? There's this swirling chaos around him of people who are on film sets, people who are assistants, people who are just runners, like always working to make the thing he does happen. And
with
how
a cheesecake.
over the course always make sure that there's a cheesecake when he arrives. And then over the course of the film, Baumbach very smartly just peels every one of these characters away until there's only the two people at its center, the people who care most about this left, Jay Kelly and Adam Sandler's character. And I thought that to be really moving. It
is a love letter to them.
Yeah.
The parent side of it is always going to be there, but that love letter, we've seen it in I Love LA as well. That is a story where a main character is the Adam Sandler-ish character.
Yeah.
In one of the most recent episodes, it was that bit where they pull Adam Sandler away and he's like, oh, I got to leave my family. When they come visit, I want to say it's this one, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, I'm thinking Mythic Quest. Mythic Quest recently did that as well, where it's like the manager is always taken out of their main life in order to take care of the next person. Every single time, no matter what. And I think that's what a lot of creatives, filmmakers are focusing on now. We've done all these stories on us. You know who we never pay attention to?
Ourselves.
These people. Yeah. So,
Amanda, what was your reaction to Jay Kelly?
I did really enjoy it. And then I guess maybe some of it felt a little bit too like, I did this and I'm going to make a movie that talks about how bad it is, but then at the end things are going to work out for me anyway, so that it's kind of like, ooh, you know, I don't know.
Did you feel Noah Baumbach like consoling himself through the process of this film, or
maybe it felt less honest than, or maybe honest in a different way than Marriage Story. Like Marriage Story really did feel like these are the ways I really fucked up in my life, and how I feel someone that I loved might have made mistakes too, but I'm not going to shy away from the things I did. This feels a little bit more like, yeah, you're right, I did do that because I was building something but then I had to keep it, and then I missed everything, and but it like makes sense that the daughter's like, it's, you know, not to spoil, but it just makes sense that the people around him are like, it's a bit late.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. And I think that bittersweetness is both the thing about it that works and the thing that maybe isn't hit hard enough for it to be a really a A-tier Baumbach movie, or like one of the best movies of the year.
Right? Make him miserable. Because you can show that everything that other guy says is true. Like at first when things are happening with Billy Crudup, you're like, I think he's exaggerating. He's not.
Like,
he's not at all. Like,
this is mostly a pretty sweet movie about people who love each other and don't want to hurt each other, even though they do hurt each other. And I think about, just in comparison, when we're talking about fractured relationships between famous movie stars and their overlooked daughters.
Yeah.
This doesn't get at the same vitriol that something like Emma Stone's role in Birdman does, right? Exactly. Where she's screaming at Michael Keaton and you like really feel the hurt of that.
Yeah, but the not caring almost feels worse. Like how
More
little
sentimental value.
Them, not to cut you off, but it's just like how little she cares, and I think he cares for the wrong reasons. Like I think he's just looking back being like, I should have done these things, but I'm like, I never got the impression that he actually cared about what his kids were doing, what they wanted to do, what they wanted to be, and just wants them there now because like he wants people around when he wants them around.
And I agree. I think it's one of those movies because if you remember, there's a flashback with Bono's daughter, and he says a line about, they're kind of a little cheating there a bit, but it was on set, and he says it was okay as long as the kid was there.
Yeah,
it was almost like they were a chaperone. So I agree with you. I do think it's a very sad ending.
I still really liked it
because of everyone who's with him. There's the father element too, where his father comes in and he's almost like this figure.
Yeah,
there's that line he says, "I always thought my son would be someone I'd have a beer with," and then just laughs at it. It isn't until like the dad can no longer have control of the situation and be the funny guy, where he dips on him. Like it's this whole bit of him being willing to be the guy, as you were comparing him to. Bringing him on the first dude Billy,
yeah.
Billy was there for his kids. Mm-hmm. He wasn't.
But Billy also
that's what makes you a star, though.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
Also, it's like...
It's that decision, though. It's how much do you really want it, Whiplash style. And he's trying to justify what he did, but you can't. It is a corny ending line. I loved the corny ending line.
Yeah.
I think it works. I think it's a real big crowd pleaser. I can't disagree with you at all. I did want it to go deeper. I wanted to feel his pain more.
Yeah.
Because you feel it with Adam the entire time, and I think that's why people come out and they're like, I see his frustrations. I see it thoroughly. He's the one crying.
Now he's realizing I fucked over my family for this man's wants, saying that I was doing things, and I'm not even a star. I don't even get it.
Yeah. Jay Kelly's character never has like a full reckoning. Like he has to kind of deal with the Adam Sandler situation.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like he hits rock bottom in a way that maybe would feel a little bit more emotionally satisfying. And I don't know if that's the movie that Noah Baumbach was trying to make, but that is like maybe a gulf between this and the stuff that is the best stuff he's made, like Marriage Story.
Because you're right. We're saying that. And characters do come out and they say, you're not even a real man. You're not even a person. You're just an amalgamation of characters. So it's like, even our complaints lead up to something that the movie kind of mentions and where he just doesn't know how to feel. He's always been faking it. It's never been real. I'd go as far as there's a bit that goes viral in the movie.
Right.
Adam did that.
Oh, yeah.
Adam set that up. Adam slid a little dub over there. Always watching over his story. Come on, bro. Nothing that he does is real. And I think that's part of it, too. I enjoyed it. I think it's great that it's coming to Netflix. I did not get to see that 35 millimeter version of it, but I did see it at the Gene. I don't even remember where I saw this one. No, I saw it at. Funny enough, I saw these at AMC, Wake Up Dead Man and this one, and they can't be played in AMC because they're Netflix. So
the only person ever to see him at an AMC.
Only person.
They're coming to a deal, though, right? Didn't they come to?
Bro, you didn't see? They duked it out again. Like, no, they're pathetic. Yeah, Knives Out got screwed over.
Yeah.
Damn.
They were working on a deal, I think, for K-pop Demon Hunters, and now they're back to
exactly.
Over Knives Out.
K-pop got it, and then the other one because they're dealing with so funny, his wife. So hilarious. Yeah. Narnia.
Greta Gerwig.
Oh, yeah.
Because the latest with Greta Gerwig is that they're going to be exclusively in IMAXs.
Yeah. Hey, I can say a lot of bad things. Dude, that's the most fire thing I've ever seen. The movie's only playing in IMAX.
Yeah, but then it's like, how many people can't see it? I can't see it.
Dude, 100%. 100%. Me?
There's no IMAX in Chicago?
There is IMAX, but it's not like the real IMAX,
it's
bro.
The IMAX.
Which I don't even think.
I don't even have that. I don't even have. Oh wait,
yeah.
no. You have a IMAX, I think. Either way.
I don't think the movie's gonna play in 143 or something like that. But that's such an interesting thing where it's like it's not just your average theater. No, this is only playing on the IMAX, bro.
Crazy.
And then what? 2 months later, I think it'll be on Netflix. But yeah, they've been duking it out for that deal. Yeah. And
Greta Gerwig, small cameo in Jay Kelly.
Yeah.
Nice to see her acting again.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah.
Great. She's fantastic. Can you just tell me you love me?
Yeah. Which was fair. I was like, ma'am, please.
Man, we're 5 minutes into this combo. Just
Yeah, I mean, dude, how
Have you
can
looked at
Sandler
what
not
that
break
is?
your heart in this movie, though?
No,
He is
No,
so good.
He is great. He is
the
really great, and I think George Clooney's really good
Necker
too.
Chief. The
Yeah.
Necker,
Yeah, the neckerchief.
Yeah.
yeah, beautiful
And then he's just
stuff.
like-
And that's
That's my guy.
Yeah.
that was another one too. The guy who played that director, who made him that sandwich.
Oh yeah.
Heartbreaking stuff in that element.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
That really adds to his character. It just shows you the type of person who he is. Where he just, I don't know, he doesn't care.
That was one of the most. That was one of the best. Oh wait, no, am I mixing up movies? Never mind. I'm mixing up movies because one of my favorite parts of Sentimental Value is when he meets with the cinematographer. But
Yeah.
Bro, he meets with the cinematographer and he says it's up to Netflix. We don't know if Netflix is going to allow it or not.
Yeah.
That is, yeah. And then it does end up being him. That's why we need the extra scene, because we see that it's him. Speaking of Netflix, if we were going to complete it here, No Other Choice. Incredible. Out of all the Netflix shout-outs I've been seeing from non-Netflix movies, No Other Choice says, we have to cancel the Netflix. And he gets up and he goes, well, I might as well see my last show. And the sound plays.
A lot of good Netflix shows
So
this year.
good.
Good Netflix bits. That's funny.
Really
there might
good
be
year
one
for
more,
that.
but we'll bring it up. No, I like it. Look, this is not up there with Sentimental Value for me. None of these people, other than Sandman, would I push for a nomination. Not a win, just a nomination. But I'm looking forward to catching it again when it comes out.
It's funny you say that because I can't disagree with you, but still, I went 4 stars on this one a little more easily than I went 4 stars on Sentimental Value. I just really, it works for me. I'm predisposed to like an Adam Sandler movie, especially one where he is as heartbreaking as he is in this one. But I don't know. I liked it. Let's talk spoilers super briefly because how did you actually feel in the last moments of this movie for the montage?
Because it was all his movies?
Yeah, they do that like weird meta thing where they use actual George
everything.
Clooney clips.
The one he directed for Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah, like
I was just, to me, I'm always get distracted of like, how'd they clear this, right?
Yeah, I know,
I mean,
right?
there's a long list of credits at the end
So
because
long,
of it.
yeah.
I think he's good enough pull for that. He seems like the type of guy.
It's George, yeah.
You
Right.
know, just being like, it's been long enough. These are movies people probably don't even remember I did. Can we get him in here? You know?
It's well, that's the thing. It's like, unfortunately, a lot of those movies are pretty iconic. So it's like, oh, that's Oceans. Oh, that's Out of Sight. You know, it's very easy to know. Leatherheads for some reason in there.
Leatherheads was apparent as could be, bro.
Yeah,
I think it's the only one. I turned around to Alina and I said, that's Leatherheads.
Somebody remembers that movie. I don't know, because like it is an effective way to give you an idea of like, oh, this is a guy who has had a full career on the big screen, but at the same time, like it does pull you out of it. Like I think about how funny people had fake trailers for Sandler's character, and maybe that works a little bit better in that world.
Interesting. It was distracting, but I think the worst part was when he looks around and he fills in the seats himself.
Right. Yeah. That's that's the hokiest part of the whole movie.
Yes. Yeah. So that was maybe a little bit hokey.
It did
I
make
don't
me
think
cry.
that's what I'm getting at. Like, I can criticize it while at the same time going like, yeah, but I don't know. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work for mainstream audiences.
I'm a big baby.
And I do love that final line. I think the final line is really great. The one thing I did want to mention, because it took me, I was like, why does this girl look familiar? His younger daughter. Asteroid City. It's Scarlett Johansson's daughter in Asteroid City. It kept bothering me the whole time. I'm like, why do you look so familiar?
Yeah, you're right.
Good for her.
So there was that there, but
Get more roles.
good movie. Yeah, looking forward to rewatching it.